Hey, what's good? And welcome to Movement Monday Podcast, a student ministry podcast, which is super awesome. Thanks for checking us out. We are on
Ministry. We have as many students as we do graduated students.
Okay, it's youth ministry. It's a podcast run in a youth room.
Yeah, that's better.
And we're on episode 27. And we've got returning, I was going to say returning guests, but you guys aren't. You guys are returning hosts because it's super cool. Tonight we have the one and onlys, Ryan Holsey and Emily Brandt's come back on the pod because they're on spring break. So it's super awesome.
I don't think that was grammatically correct.
One and onlys?
Yeah.
The two and only.
Why? Oh, you are wrong.
Josh is on my team. There you go. All right. So who else we got in the pod? Ryan, you want to say some stuff?
Hey, glad to be back. Can't believe we're at 27. That's
I know,
crazy.
man.
That is crazy.
27 pod. Number 30, we're
Ryan's
going live.
just like your age.
Subtract 6 and you're there.
It's like Ryan just turned 21.
Like Ryan's
Like
not
2
older than
weeks
me.
ago.
I know it's a joke.
Like just like your age. 37 will be mine. That will be
Is
fun.
that what I think it is? Yep. Water
Yeah,
in a bowl.
with a spoon. I just don't ask anymore. Last week it
At
was
least it's
Coke.
not as bad as last week. He did Coke and Fanta.
No, I did not. I did Coke and that's it.
That's not
I
bad.
don't know where
I
you
like
got
that
Coke
sentence.
My family
Yeah,
always
yeah.
used to mix
He put
drinks
Coke-
and all that.
He put a soft drink in a bowl and drank it with a spoon. Being that all the soft drinks are gone this week, we've got water.
So he got
In a
water
bowl.
from one of the water bottles and poured it into a bowl.
Yes,
Poured it from
I
another
saw you
vessel
do.
into
I
another
drank
vessel.
it and then I spit it into the bowl.
Why
That's
don't you
even
spit it?
worse.
I was just joking because it's being
That's
Oh,
gross.
okay.
We're not judging, we're just looking at you weirdly.
like NBA
Super
player
fun.
that starts with 27.
Or some athlete that's
Any athlete.
that's number 27.
Jamal Murray
I don't know who that is, so
plays for the Nuggets.
cool. Chicken nuggets.
Er?
Sounds great.
It's a starting point.
So Ryan's back, episode 27. It's been a little while. Emily's back in the pod. How you doing?
I'm high.
It's doing good.
Aye.
She got her arm braced up.
Listen, crocheting for 5 hours straight is not a good idea. Then why'd you do it?
Never in
Because I needed to finish the dragon.
Is crocheting the sword?
No, it's like sewing.
Oh, my fault.
Is it carpal tunnel?
Mhm.
Is it carpal
No, it just hurts.
tunnel?
I'm stuck
Are
on
you
Nick's
talking
thing.
about fencing?
Yeah, are you fencing? Okay.
Yes.
Oh.
When they had those skinny shorts.
Crocheting is like
Well, rapiers are kind of
make
like
little
needles,
things.
but really big needles.
Yeah, I think so.
Realistically, isn't it like
Dang,
that?
you got
That's kinda-
big. What is that?
This is what I made today. It's a dragon. Except the one I made was purple.
A big purple dragon. Nice.
Purple.
All right, on the couch tonight
dinosaur.
we've got Josh and Caleb.
Hola.
Super cool. Pull the couch
Hello.
up.
Sorry.
Hello, I'm Caleb.
Hello.
He has spoken.
And the middle school dudes. In the corner with Nick eating water with a spoon.
It's kind of funny how we're kind of segregating from the middle school guys. Like it's all of us
In a continual circle.
older.
True.
Well, there's a gap. There's more of a semicircle.
It's like a hole in the middle. It's fine. So cool. It's good stuff. All right, so we got Nick and Nathan over there.
Hi.
Nathan's trying not to judge Nick really
No.
harsh.
And
As-
subsequently failing.
As aren't we all? All right, so really no icebreaker tonight. We're just gonna jump right into this, into a cool discussion. Last week, Caleb and I were at a youth pastor breakfast, and one of the main discussion points was what we're gonna talk about tonight, which makes it really fun. What do you?
Enneagrams.
Yeah, we talked about enneagrams. Do you guys know those? Like, what's your number?
Yeah.
What?
Do you know your number?
1.
Ryan's a 1.
I think I'm a 4.
I don't know. Caleb and I were like, what kind of witchcraft is this?
What?
It's crazy. Enneagrams, like you find out like you're,
It's like
It's
a
a-
personality type test.
yeah.
Oh.
So, well, we're not talking about Enneagrams.
I did like 7 of those. for
Although, like,
There's one
That
with
was-
numbers and there's one with letters.
psych. I did the letters one. I don't remember what it was though.
I did the spiritual gifts test, and that was super fun.
Oh.
That was way more fun.
The
I did
packet
like
that my
30.
dad handed out.
Yeah, it's like 50,000 questions.
Mhm.
Took me 3 days.
Oh, I
How
did
do
like
you spell it?
30. I did like 10 or 15 like things for one of my tests for stuff in psychology. I hate that I got put in that class.
But before we talked about Enneagrams, the kind of like icebreaker, cool discussion question with a whole bunch of youth pastors, which is really fun. So, have you guys all seen Wizard of Oz or know like kind of the premise of Wizard of Oz? So, in there you get, you know,
Not to be mistaken with Lord of the Rings.
yeah, there you
True.
go. You get the you get Dorothy, then you get the 3 characters. You get Tin Man, you get Scarecrow, and you get Cowardly Lion. So, you are here. Here's the icebreaker mixed with the discussion. You're in front of the wizard. What do you ask for? Do you ask for more heart? Do you ask for more courage? Or more brains? So what do you ask for? And why? And we were going to ask this on Thursday with our college ministry. It was like, no, we'll save it for the podcast because it'll be really fun. But that we did chat about it. But what opened up this whole conversation was we started to see how people are wired differently. Of going, oh, well, I would totally do this. Like, I'd ask for more heart. I'd ask for more courage to step out and do things, to have the ability to do things, to speak at this event or to do this. And mine was, just to tell you, mine was more brains. Because I have found myself in the past couple months having to step out in courage, in full faith, to do things that like haven't really done, like kind of hoping in leadership that way. So that's been really cool. Oh, and then I've always had a heart for youth ministry. So like, you know, youth and young adult ministry has really been awesome. So the main thing was more brains to be able to begin planning and seeing what's coming, kind of preparing, going like, hey, here's what we want to do, and then wisdom wrapped in all that. Being like going, you know, our youth ministry leadership team had a meeting yesterday that I wasn't even in, because I was doing a sound check, doing stuff that helped me in my courageousness, but just doing things like planning in advance and going, okay, is this something God wants us to do? Is this something our leadership wants us to do? Like our team overall, like what are our ideas? What do we want to do? How can we be more attractive in a holy way to have people come in and to be excited about coming into church, everything that way. So that Thursday kind of spearheaded what we talked about on Sunday, so it was really cool. So, what about you guys? More brains, more heart, more courage. What do you got? Don't all answer at once. Jeez Louise.
So just as a note, we kind of determined on Thursday that heart meant more emotional connection.
Mm.
Just because there was a little bit of confusion about the heart aspect of the question.
I want a better heart. I want a heart that beats faster.
God, I can speak in front
Yeah.
of people.
Okay.
I think
Do what?
So I think I've got mine.
We got, little lion.
I think I'd go with heart because I think like something that I've noticed lately is there's a lot of stuff going on, like at a local level, but also all around the world, and so it can be easy to get kind of numb to it all. And so like, you know, when there's such big problems, the smaller problems for people kind of get washed out, and so like building back empathy, even when like like when you know when you have giant mountains, the small mountains don't seem that big of a deal, but to the person that's climbing that small mountain, it's a big deal. So building back empathy, I think in this time.
That's cool.
Could I say mental strength?
Yeah. You can say mental strength. Yeah.
Well, like, because if somebody's...
When you start to think of it like brains and mentality, so yeah, you could say mental
'Cause, like,
strength.
if somebody's, like, saying something to you, and, like, somebody's saying something to you, and you need to be, like, calm about it, and not get angry or upset
There you go.
about what they say or do. Then that's about it.
Mid-answer music break. I liked it.
Sorry,
It was great.
that was my homework.
That was our commercial.
Yeah, that was a commercial break.
Yeah.
There you go.
Cash
Yeah, so
Express.
You-
Free cash.
you guys.
We are not a sponsored program, podcast, whatever this is.
No, that's a couple weeks ago.
You know,
we got
you know who I'm obligated to recommend?
Free cash.
Shaw Industries.
that microphone's not even.
You know
up.
who I'm obligated to recommend? Shaw Industries. They are the people who sponsor our robotics team, and they are cool.
I'm used to switching that microphone off after I'm done talking.
So
That is really quick. Dude, Nick, I'm with you, man. That's pretty cool. Like being able,
Yeah.
like
What
be,
that is.
being able to communicate in a calm manner instead of firing back and leading with your emotions, and Ryan having more empathy, so leaning it with like more heart, going in that way. Because I feel like there's a lot of stuff that, you know, oh well, this is just normal. This is just what happens. This is the world, and and you're like, man, how? I don't know. A change of mentality changes everything. So, and I heard this thing not too long ago. It's like, you know, mountains have ridges and all these things in it because it takes time. It's, you know, there's no smooth mountain. Like, we've got to climb them. We've got to strive for them. We've got to, step by step, we got to watch our feet. And, you know, regardless of the size of the mountain, still got, like, there's no such thing as a smooth mountain. You got to climb it. A smooth mountain is a tiny hill. It's you know, that's a little mound, you know, because you're the Everest expert right now.
Oh, I am the Everest expert right now.
So you're that guy.
Probably 10 documentaries deep.
Right. Per our lunch chat yesterday, which was awesome. It's cool. All right, who else we got? What else we thinking?
I keep bouncing between brains and heart. I'm not 100% sure which one I would go with quite yet. But
Or both. Why not? Ask for both. Ask the wizard. Like, yeah, I need both these, please. I need a sandwich deal. It's a combo pack.
2 for 1 special.
2 for 1. Buy one 99 off. That's
4 for
right.
1 special.
3 for 1. Get seventh one for free. Right. Somebody needs to run that commercial. 5 out of 3 people have problem with fractions.
I am not
Like,
one of them.
what number are you? 12. What? It's also like a bank that's Fifth Third Bank.
Why
They
do five?
sponsor
My question
my
is, why do
school's
5 out of
football.
3 people have problem with fractions? Like, fractions are so easy. Like,
Some people are not good at math.
Do you not get the thing?
Yes, I do understand it.
Okay,
completely.
cool. I was like, dude, you just went right.
He's trying to be
You,
a
like,
certain kind of way.
you
about
like
it.
drove into it, and I was like, what are you talking about, Josh?
Actually, 5/3 is a legitimate infraction.
Well, yeah,
It's confusing for a bank.
but 5 out of 3.
Yeah, 5 out of 3 people.
Yeah, if they said 5/3 of people.
I saw a sign the day that said 9 out of 10 people like bacon. The 10th is just a liar.
That
I
was
know
the
exactly
sign
what
shop.
that sign is.
Sign
Yeah,
shop today.
that- you know.
Drove past it twice.
First time I was driving home from robotics, saw that sign. It was just like, okay, sure.
Why'd you go that way?
Yeah, that's what
Oh no, that was different. Was that no? No, I think
That
that
is
was
not on the way.
no. Because I drove to Dos Bros. We drove to
Oh.
Dos Bros.
That makes more sense now.
Because there was
I
this fun
forgot about
fundraiser.
that.
All right, so more heart and more. What was your other?
Brains.
More brains. Why the 2?
Fairly recently, I have, a lot like Ryan, have seen a lot of like adversity and not getting along with people in the world. People making stupid decisions that affect a lot of others too. And so I'd like the mental stability to be able to deal with that better, and then the ability to calm and pacify if need be. As I'm a person who does not like confrontation at all. If I can avoid a fight, I will.
There you go.
But
Pretty good deal.
Hmm.
And with you guys in college, you see a whole bunch of different things too. You
mhm.
see a bunch of opinions. You see a bunch of different outlooks and perspectives and everything else that way. So going from, I mean, really going from wherever we are, and you could see this going to a smaller college, you know, and seeing people's opinions, people from different walks of life. You're like, oh no, I believe in all things, and you're like, what? How do you believe in all things? Like, yeah, everything's great. And you're like, no. So that's, I remember that in college, like being like, whoa, I'm kind of the minority when it comes to like me being a follower of Jesus and going to a big school, and then
Especially
definitely-
that school.
no.
Oh.
My first school.
Ah.
No. Lee, I was fully included because I
Mhm.
went to Christian University.
It's like everyone has
Oh.
to take a class about that though.
Right? Like everyone
More
leaves.
than one.
Everyone leaves with a minor in religion. So,
Really?
Yep.
So how old is the
Hmm.
minor?
How many years in the mines?
4.
4.
Do they have black lung yet?
Technically, mine was 3.
Do they have black lung yet?
No. See, I went the other way, like a minor, like a kid.
Yeah.
Is that where you went?
Yeah.
Oh,
Good.
I was
Josh
thinking
And
went.
then Josh said,
Josh went coal miner.
Yeah.
I was like, nobody wants to be
I was
in
honestly
those.
picturing like an acolyte, like in the robe, you know, like a minor in religion. I was like,
Like a tiny tot serving communion? Yes, that. Yes. Or lighting candles, anything that way. Right on. Very cool. See, this was the deep dive into the conversation. Ours were different because ours, like, we answered the question and then it went straight Enneagram for an hour over coffee.
The guy who heads up. Sorry. You good? The guy who heads up the youth pastor group is actually a coach of
Mhm.
Enneagram studies.
I've never seen him light up that fast about something.
Right.
I've known him for like 4 or 5 years, and it was just like, whoa, dude. Like, this is, I thought you were passionate about youth ministry, which he full on is, but this was like something, he was like, oh, man, Kurt, I got you pinned, but I don't tell people what their numbers are. I was like, oh, okay, cool. So, I'm curious to know, and then to talk to him and be like, hey, so I did the test, and my number is this. And like, yeah, I totally knew it. So, it'd be fun to see. But Josh, what do you got, man? More heart, more brains, more courage.
3 for 1.
You gotta deep dive. You can't just order at Wendy's and say, "Yeah, I'll have the combo."
I'll have the
I'll
4
have
for
four
4,
for
please.
four.
I'll have the 4 for 4
$5
Biggie
biggie bag. $5 biggie bag's a game
or
changer.
the $5 biggie bag.
Except they're doing rush pricing now, so.
Yeah, I just feel like I'm lacking as a person in all that aspects. All those, like, I feel like I'm lacking compared to other people in a lot of those things. And I feel like I need to grow in them.
See, the cool thing is, within youth ministry and seeing you guys, like especially like, you know, Emily and Caleb and Ryan are products of our youth ministry here because they've graduated out but still serve as leaders, which is really cool. We get to sit back as leaders, or especially me now, like of watching you guys grow up and watching you do things that are super courageous. You know, whether it's speaking at FCA or joining a team that you've never done before, or big thing is like even like moving out and going to college. You're like, hey, I'm gonna go live on my own. I'm gonna do this. This is gonna be different. You know, so being courageous that way, because we could easily just be like, no, I'm not ever gonna do anything. I'm just gonna, I know what I want to do, and I'm just gonna sit and I'm gonna chill and I'm gonna be happy about it. Versus the other way, going, I'm gonna try out for this band. I'm going to take a leap of faith and I'm going to move here. I'm going to join robotics. You know, all these different things. I'm going to go to ministry school. And, you know, all different things. So it's been really cool to see you guys step out. And I think there's so much of a tie with faith and courage. Because we can't see it. We can feel it. We can feel the desire to be courageous. We can ask God for, you know, moments to be courageous. But until we actually take that step and say like, oh dear God, I'm going to do this, that takes courage to step. Peter had courage to step out of the boat. Courage mixed with faith gives us one heaven of a drive to get out and be like, man, this is cool. So, and here's what's cool. This is how cool God is. I've never connected or really thought about the connection between courage and faith. You know, we've always talked about like, oh man, faith and trust go hand in hand. Like I'm going to trust God that he's going to do it. And trust goes along with belief. Like, hey, I trust you guys, you know, to do good things, and I believe that you're going to do things, but then like, man, I've got faith and courage that you guys are going to, you know, do these amazing things, to live a life for Jesus, and to be bold, and to have, you know, to have empathy for things, and to ask God for things, and I don't know, to be brave about them. So it's really cool. So it takes courage to do those things, because again, in courage we can't see what is to come. The exact same thing. Faith is defined as, you know, an expectation that we can't see, or hope. Sorry, hope is that. But still, faith, we're stepping out, going, I can't see what's coming. I don't even know how this is going to turn out, but I'm believing that it's good. And just like real talk, real quick, my dad's a listener of the pod. He's a subscriber. It's really cool. I know, Critter, my man, he gets a shout out. It's really fun. But my dad got a gnarly diagnosis. He has cancer in his big toe, which seems so bizarre. It's not. So, in a week from this coming Thursday, he's having it amputated. And I am so much the optimist, and I'm so much leading with faith and believing that everything's good, that once they remove it, it's gone. Like not only the toe, but the cancer's gone too. And I'm full on believing that, that God has kept it in one space and they found it and it's going to be gone. It hasn't spread anywhere else. And I'm full on believing that, where I have some other family members that are realist going, it could be, it could be this too. It could be going, what about this and everything else? And I've got full faith and full courage and full belief that God's going to take care of everything. It's not for me to worry about, but for me to pray about, and going off of that. So, I'm wrapped into, with my dad's situation, it was going like, man, more heart to stay rooted in God during this entire thing. Because this is the second time my dad's had cancer. God healed him prostate cancer back in 2020. Super awesome. Healed him of that. So the greatness of Jesus, that he can do it again and again and again. So he did it once, he'll do it again. God isn't just a one-time miracle worker. I mean, he's healed me, and he's healed my dad. He's healed others. And he's healed you guys. I'm super pumped. This coming Friday, we've got D Now, and one of our seniors, Nick's brother, is going to share his testimony. Did you know this? It's going to be cool. So we're at D Now. We're actually doing testimonies, like student testimonies, before we worship. So I'm crazy excited. Dave's going to share his testimony, and Dave was healed, and it's just awesome. So rolling all into these things of just going, man, more brain, more heart, more courage. And in reality, we all need them. And it kind of depends on, somebody said it, like, it depends on the situation, which I feel goes with every question. It's like, how do you feel about spring break? Or what do you need going into this? And you're like, well, it depends on the situation. Like, crochet. Like, I just need more brains. I don't know. Figure out the...
Stronger wrist.
Right? You're like, I need more muscle, please. Okay.
No, just not to get... I haven't done it in a while, and then doing it for 5 hours straight wasn't a good idea. But you live and learn.
Did you take a lunch break?
Mhm.
Oh, okay. So
I made your fried rice.
Way to go.
And then Dad had the other half.
Way to go.
Fried rice.
Man.
Fried rice.
Chick fried rice.
It's so good.
It is good. It is a good recipe. I'm super pumped.
And I put seasoning salt in it instead of just regular salt.
Yeah.
It's really good.
What changes that up too? This is so much fun. This is what makes the podcast. Because I've taught Emily and Ryan over the years on mission trips how to make. I make fried rice. It's not even chick fried rice. That
Dad
was
made a chicken fried rice.
even better. Ryan makes his chick fried rice.
Yep. See.
I thought about it,
make
but it
mine.
had already taken 30 minutes to
Yeah,
make it.
fried
And I was like,
Right,
I'm
it takes 20
hungry.
minutes, then you got to fry it, and then all the other
Hey,
stuff.
I use 5-minute rice and it does the same.
Oh, you do minute rice?
Literally, put it on the stove, 5 minutes is done. I'm cooking away.
You've perfected it.
And in the 5 minutes, while the rice is cooking, I start my chicken.
See, you can't just sit and wait. Got to prep, man. There's a whole life thing. While I'm waiting, I'm prepping. What's going on? And that's the thing, going back with my whole thing, with more brains. While I'm waiting, I'm going to prepare for what's to come. We are in the middle, where we're nearing the end. This coming Wednesday, we're in week 4 of our series called The Rising. Sunday, I finished week 6. So this is the first time in a long time I actually wrote a series, and I'm 2 weeks ahead. And then after this series, we've got spring break, and then we're going to do something super awesome before we even jump into another series. So I've got time, but in between that, I'm going to continue to write and prep, because in April I'm preaching to the whole church, and the 28th is Youth Sunday, and all these things. So like, just because I'm done with something doesn't mean I'm not prepping for what else is coming. So, and that's a huge thing for all of us. Like, okay, yeah, this is done. We're like, no, but what can I be prepared for?
That's kind of like what I did over Christmas break when I did my baking day when I baked
Yeah.
for 8 hours. I made the first batch of cookie dough and then rolled that all out. And what couldn't fit on the trays, I like rolled out onto like aluminum foil on the counter, like
Yeah.
in the balls already. And then I started another batch of batter,
And you prep it.
and I just kept going
That's the way you do it.
back and forth until
You just
8
assembly
hours
line
later,
it.
That's an
I had
industrial
like
engineering.
13 dozen cookies.
Good job.
That's a lot of cookies. Yeah, I mean, there's times where like we can sit and wait, but then it's also like in the waiting game. Like I read something the other day. It's like
156 cookies.
Mm-hmm.
quick
Sounds
math.
right.
You do that in your knock,
Quick math with a calculator.
my man. Emily taught me something super cool. Cause here's my thing. Going back with we had a tech team lunch yesterday, which was really fun. Which is basically this entire podcast again. It's a tech team youth ministry, young adult youth.
Whoever wants to be there can be there.
Right? It's like, well, this podcast, the same thing too. But like taught me how on the calculator, like the Apple Watch does, it can calculate tips because I can't do that. I just
You're welcome.
I pass it over to my wife and she does it. She's like, you probably need to know how to do this. I'm like, nope. Almost 37, can't figure it out. I just can't. Until Emily's like, hey, you know you can calculate this on
You
your
won't be able
watch?
to if you say you can't. You can, just say you can't.
I'm an American, not an Americant. So there's-
Where did that come
Where
from?
did you hear that?
That's right. Movement Monday, an American podcast.
Good
All
for
fun.
us.
I'm an American, not an Ameribottle.
That'll work. Took me a minute to get that. I was like, what? I was like, oh, never mind. Can, bottle. I'm with you. With you. It's cool. All right. Anything else? Anybody else? Did you go through?
Huh?
Did you answer yours, dude?
Nope.
Close this out, man. More brain, more heart, more courage. Nathaniel,
Okay, so probably courage,
why is that?
because like if you look at like all the terrible things that are happening, there's no way to help that without like being brave enough to do something. So like if nothing changes,
Ooh, preach it, man.
nothing changes.
Come on.
Mr. Mayor?
Man, taking one of my sermon takeaways. Dude, back in reset. Way to go. But it's true though, man. That takeaway wrecked me, man. It's a great thing. If nothing changes, nothing changes. And that's in life. That's in ministry. I feel like that one's so much now. Like, I feel like that one's like the new way of saying we've always done it this way. They're like, oh, we've always done it this way. I'm like, well, if nothing changes, nothing changes. And I thought about it I thought about it last night. Like, man, when it came down to like post meeting and reading all the notes from our youth ministry meeting, going, okay, we've been running the same machine. It's running great, but we're just continuing to do the same thing, and it's working. But I'm like, but then when you start to see other people going, hey, we need to do this again. We need to do this. We need to switch this up. This needs to change. We're going, go for it. And like, I'm all for, you know, hey Kurt, can we not do this on a Wednesday? Can we have this instead? Yep. Go for it. I'm all in. Let's, you know, same thing anywhere else. Like D-Now, mission trips we talked about yesterday. Like the past couple of years, our mission trips have been different. Like we've seen things change, and they've changed for the better. Isn't there a song? Emily knows the song. What's the song?
From
change,
Wicked?
Change for the better. Is that what it is?
We can say better and change for the better. For good from Wicked.
Yeah, whatever it is. See,
I made lots of people cry with that last year.
it's a pretty dope song though. It's pretty
Yeah.
cool. Stathan, way to go, man! Closed out.
Woo!
I like it, dude. Way to go. And there's stuff that you guys are doing now that are changing things. That, again, being more courageous in what you guys are doing in your schools, out of your schools, everything that way. So it's awesome. Crazy proud of you. And I mean that 100%. Like, you guys are just doing things that are so cool. I remember speaking years ago at FCA and telling, like, students standing up and going, you guys are leading this. Like, adults are just in the room making sure things are okay, nothing catches on fire or gets destroyed.
But
We're like-
fire! I love fire.
Right? I gotta tell you a funny story post-pod. It's nuts. It involves fire and a fire extinguisher on a Thursday night.
Oh!
Oh, yeah, getting, like, prepping for young
Oh.
adults. Yeah, it's cool. I'll tell you in a minute. It's cool. Yeah. Tiny fire extinguisher.
Oh, I'm a little less worried now.
No, still had to use it.
Well,
It was a roaring fire.
I know what fire extinguisher you're talking about too.
Yeah, these little ones,
Yeah,
right?
they're like little baby.
Yes, this tiny
camper
little one.
ones.
Turn the thing on because raging fire in my house.
About the size of a tall green bean can for our audio listeners.
It kind of looked like an aerosol can.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Yeah.
like they're like a little smaller.
Yeah, smaller than a hydro. So there we go. All the fun. All right. So if you have just checked us out and you're 27 episodes late on this podcast, we close out. We believe in the power of prayer, and we close out every episode with prayer. So, my friend, fellow host, everyone's a host by gosh. There's no co-host or anything. How can we be praying for each other?
Same with Gladys.
Which we have determined, power of prayer. There's a lady in our church that
Oh,
has done.
are we gonna
Extremely
just
well.
like wah that?
I don't think it actually got heard.
Okay.
And if anything, I could edit it, and we're just gonna get.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just like, wah that.
We're just gonna have the. And it'll be great.
No, make it a pork. Or R2D2 screaming. That'd be great.
We'll just have it on that. There you go. We'll just axe all of it out, and we'll just cut little bits and pieces, and you guys just in between the pods screaming. Like, what is it? So
What
Ryan,
was that noise?
Ryan, what's your 1, 2, 3? What? What is that? It's crazy. All right. Any other prayer requests? Restful spring break.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well deserved spring break, I might say. You guys work wicked hard.
Engineering majors.
I don't want to talk about it.
Ryan's on spring break. He shut down his engineering brain.
Yeah, I can't think about that.
Ryan,
right now.
Ryan
I
left
don't
it at
blame
school.
you.
Corona.
Basketball. There you go.
Kurt gets more feces.
They're in the van.
No, those are Ryan.
Those are mine.
Oh.
They're still in there.
I was
Ryan's-
hoping they'd like melt.
We tried to give him away on the river.
Yeah,
Did-
it was a guy.
Yeah, he
Were
wanted.
you there for that conversation?
Yeah, he wanted
Yeah,
him.
he wanted Ryan's.
He wanted him bad.
Ryan was like throwing him at him. The guy's like, nah, man, I'll get my own. He's like, no, seriously, you can have mine.
Take these.
You
I
can
don't want them.
have them.
Please, I don't.
And then we
have-
found him on our Christmas tour. We're like, look, Ryan, here's your shoes. Like, dadgummit, they survived.
Maybe keep doing that.
6
I
months
enjoyed that a lot.
later. Do what?
I
Maybe
found
keep
them.
doing that. I enjoyed that.
Oh, I did have a
The
question.
tube.
The Christmas tour.
Oh,
I
Christmas
have an
tour.
unrelated question after the pod. Go ahead.
Post pod. Chat. Cool. All right. Anything else for the good of the order? A prayer request. All you want to see again? I'd ask for prayer for my dad. It's a big
Yes.
deal. That'd be
That's
super awesome. Saturate my father in prayer, please. As he's going to, he's going to be one toe short.
My dog. I mean, my friend's dog.
Yeah.
Got cancer.
Cancer sucks.
Agreed.
It's real. It's real talk.
There's a cure.
This Wednesday, the band's going to LGPE.
What is LGBTP?
Large group performance evaluations.
Yep.
It's
Oh.
basically exams for music students.
My entire
Cool, man.
class has
My
been
brain
gone
doesn't
the
work.
entire day because of that.
So you just been chilling?
Yeah, pretty much.
And
There you go.
then
Josh
I,
is sitting in class by himself.
and then I got drugged into an honor choir concert, which
Oh, I
I'm
thought you
not.
said you got drugged.
I was-
about to be really
I was about to be the same thing going like,
So bad.
then I got drugged. I'm like, Moses, what?
All right, Nathan. Nathan and I are going home to talk. We got
Yeah. This is, and
But
talk about real talk. Ryan's gonna have a real talk in the car.
But yeah, I got pulled into that. I'm not even in honor choir, but I got pulled into that.
Is it someone in the county conducting that? Or is it something else?
Yes, Ryan.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know anything about it, except for it's at a certain high school.
No name drop. High school. Nice. I went
Is
to
it the high
school.
school I went to?
Wait. Oh, 3 high schools represented. There you go.
Is it the one he went to?
No,
Is it the one he went to?
I don't know.
The other one in the county.
Okay. So
Creek is where
go to CCHS.
It's not one of the ones in the county?
What?
It's not one of the ones in the county?
Oh, big timers.
So the one his kids will go to.
Oh, yeah. It's a THS.
So it's not really happening. It's not really.
Maybe it's like a just some
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
What?
So
That's
confused.
not my shirt today.
I know, but Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. All right. Anyway, we're up to date.
Well, yeah,
Peppers.
Ryan's on drugs.
peppers?
What?
No.
How's that to be like?
Post pod will name drop.
There we go. Sounds good. All right. Anyone want to close us out in prayer? Anyone feel led to pray? I always give you guys the option. Nicholas.
Good job.
All right. I'll close us out. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Be sure to like and subscribe. And that'd be super awesome. Let us know in the comments also how we can be praying for you. So thanks for tuning in this week, episode 27. We're going to pray, and everyone said yeah.
Yay.
There you go. Let's pray. God, we thank you so much for tonight's conversation. And, and just the fellowship we get to have and the honesty we get to have with each other and the community that this has created as Movement Monday. So, God, we thank you. We ask for healing within and continued health in church members. And as Nathan is doing stuff with band and choir, and Nick with basketball, and God and his friend's dog that has cancer, and then my dad with cancer, just God, that you heal them of these diseases and restore their health and in all that you do. You are the true physician and the true healer. So God, we just thank you again. We thank you for this podcast and what it means to all of us, and this is the great conversations we have. It's in your name we pray, and everybody said
Amen.
amen.
I like
Hey.
to be in here today.
Everyone say bye.